I want to buy that car. I want to buy that purse. I want to be a singer. We think all of those are our original thoughts, and it is our free will to choose. Little do we know, our ideas and decisions might have come from advertisement billboards that we unconsciously see on our way to the office, things our friends said 1 year ago, or even news that we watched 10 years ago. Here are 10 psychological facts that we don't know. Number 1. The Dunning-Kruger Effect. The Dunning-Kruger Effect is a phenomenon that occurs when people have limited knowledge about a subject, but mistakenly believe they know a lot about it. They may confidently make incorrect statements without realizing their errors due to their lack of information. For instance, a participant in a talent show may overestimate their abilities and believe they will win the show.
Who do you want to be like in 7 or 8 years' time? Spice Girls?
Anybody could outsell them.
The truth is that, for example, they may be tone deaf or lack an understanding of musical tones. However, since they do not have enough data or knowledge about the qualities of a good singer, they will never comprehend that their performance does not meet the criteria of what is considered singing.
You don't remember me,
From the audience.
It's one of the worst groups I've ever heard in my life.
You want to come up here and sing, Simon? Because I'd like to see you face that lot.
You are grounded.
Bite me.
Number 2. The Baader-Meinhof Phenomenon. The Baader-Meinhof Phenomenon is when you notice something for the first time, and then you start to see it everywhere. It's like your brain is suddenly paying attention to it. For example, if your friend tells you about a new car model that has significant improvements in design and performance, and you become interested in it for the first time, you may start to see it everywhere you go. Hence, with this logic, we need to be careful with what we see, hear, and pay attention to. Because if we constantly focus on negative things, you may end up seeing them everywhere you go. Number 3. The Ikea Effect. The Ikea Effect is when you develop a stronger liking for something. If you participate in its creation, it's like feeling a sense of ownership, even if you didn't pay for it. For example, if you purchase a piece of furniture from Ikea that requires assembly, and you put in the effort to assemble the parts and turn it into a chair, you may end up liking that chair more than your family members do. Oh hey, Ikea, that's a smart move. By the way, you can also use this knowledge for your benefit, for example, by creating a drawing, puzzle, or other projects together with your loved one. Not only will it be a fun time spent together, but it will also be a great bonding experience. And the end result will be something that both of you built together, which can be treasured. Hey, you know what? I will use this idea for my date next week. Number 4. The sunk cost fallacy. The sunk cost fallacy is when you continue to invest time, money, or effort into something that isn't working out, but you still keep doing it simply because you've already invested so much into it.
Then why?
This is business.
It's like being unwilling to admit that you've made a mistake. Many people fall into this trap. For example, you might continue to invest in a failing stock because you've already put in a lot of money. Similarly, you might keep pursuing your crush relentlessly, hoping they'll like you back, even after they've expressed that they only want to be friends. If you find yourself in this situation, it's important to recognize the sunk cost fallacy and be mindful of it. It's not healthy to continue investing in something that isn't bringing you happiness or yielding positive results. Remember, it's okay to let go and move on when something isn't working out, because there are abundant opportunities for you to make money daily. Numerous stocks with better performance than the failing one, and abundant amount of perfect men or women who will love and respect you. Number 5. The Availability Heuristic. The Availability Heuristic is a cognitive bias, where you believe something is more likely to occur simply because you can easily recall examples of it happening. However, just because you can think of instances of something happening doesn't necessarily make it more probable. For instance, you might believe that you are at a higher risk of being in a plane accident simply because you've seen numerous plane accidents reported in the news. However, the fact is that planes are actually the safest form of transportation, as data has shown that planes have a significantly lower accident rate compared to cars. So instead of worrying, it's better to decide to relax and enjoy our lives. Whether we worry or not, things will continue to move on. But if we choose to enjoy life, it can be more of a joyride. Number 6. The confirmation bias. The confirmation bias is a cognitive bias, where you only pay attention to information that confirms your beliefs because you hope that what you believe is right. You might ignore or forget information that contradicts your beliefs. For example, people who believe the Earth is flat will only read articles about flat Earth and ignore other perspectives. This is why it is dangerous to believe something blindly with a closed mind, as it can prevent us from seeing and accepting other perspectives that may open our eyes to new possibilities. Number 7. The anchoring effect. The anchoring effect occurs when you make decisions based on the first piece of information you hear. It's as if you're anchored to that initial piece of information, and you struggle to think clearly about anything else. For example, if you see a pair of shoes priced at $1,000, you may consider it too expensive and decide not to purchase it.
No! God, please, no! No!
However, if the sign indicates that the original price was $2,000 but it's now discounted by 50%, you might exclaim, "Oh my God, it's only $1,000. I will buy it now." Number 8. The bandwagon effect. The bandwagon effect is a psychological phenomenon where people do something primarily because others are doing it. As more people adopt a particular fad or trend, it becomes more likely that others will also hop on the bandwagon and follow suit. For example, if everyone believes that the Earth is a cube, you may also believe it.
What? What the?
Even though the fact is that the Earth is a globe, people seek acceptance from others, so they may be afraid to deviate from what the majority thinks is true in order to be accepted. The downside is that, if 99% of people are wrong and you are not, you may still be considered wrong by the majority. Number 9. The placebo effect. The placebo effect is a miraculous phenomenon, where something can become real to people that believe something is beneficial for their body, even though there is actually no medicinal benefit. Similarly, if they believe something to be harmful for their body, even though it is not a harmful substance, they may experience perceived negative effects after consuming it. This is why it's important to believe that everything is beneficial and healthy for us, as our beliefs can impact our well-being. However, this does not mean that we can completely forego a healthy diet. It's still necessary to eat nutritious food, because our subconscious mind is significantly more stronger than our conscious mind. What our subconscious mind believes will determine our experience. Number 10. Stereotyping. Note that stereotypes can be positive or negative, but they are often inaccurate and can lead to prejudice and discrimination. Stereotyping is a cognitive shortcut that allows us to make quick judgments about people and groups. It is based on the assumption that all members of a group share certain characteristics, either due to our personal experiences or influenced by social media. Stereotyping occurs because our mind's sole purpose is to survive. Hence, our mind tends to stereotype in order to keep itself safe in case of danger. For example, if a person from a certain country scams us, our mind may mistakenly think that everybody from that country is a scammer, in order to keep itself safe, even though the actual fact is that only that individual is bad.
Not bad, not bad.
And that one person does not represent everybody from that country. There are both positive and negative aspects to all of these psychological effects. It is up to us to use these psychological facts for positive purposes. Oh, by the way, if you like this kind of video, you will also like these videos.